Hi folks, how you doing? In this video, we will evaluate if SMCI and AMD can beat or miss earnings and how much. This will help us in making a buy or sell decision on AMD and SMCI before earnings. Now, let's get started. Let's start with AMD first. I'm showing you this table. This has the earning history for last 6 quarters and also the earning projection for the next 4 quarters. Earning projection for this quarter is zero point 0.6, and if you compare with the last year same quarter, the earning actuals came 0.6, but the earning projection was 0.564. So that was 6.38% surprise. So another thing you notice, the last quarter you see that AMD was not able to beat the expectation. So earnings actual came lower than the projection, 0.26% down. But on average, take a look last 6 quarters. The average earning miss or earning surprise is 2.06% positive, and that's a good sign. And another data point, zero point 0.6 is earning projection for this quarter. The last quarter, the earning projection was 0.772. So the projection is going down. So this tells me that it won't be very tough or difficult for AMD to not beat the earnings. And also, you see that we are in the bullish economy at this point. And also, TMC, the Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company, was also able to beat the earnings. So based on these 3 or 4 data points, we can conclude that AMD should be able to beat the earnings. The next question is how much? And that's a tough question. Based on the historical data, there was no single quarter where AMD beats the earning more than 10%, right? The highest was 6.38%, and that was in Q2 last year. So I have the feeling that AMD, if beats the earning, they won't be able to beat it more than 5%. And that's my understanding. Now, another interesting thing. So let's take a look last 2 quarters, how much AMD went up or down after the earning surprise or earning miss, because last 2 quarters are more relevant. The last quarter, so AMD announced the earning on January 30th, the last quarter. So let's take a look AMD stock price for the next day. You see AMD stock price history on your table. So January 30th, they announced the earnings after hours, right? The next day, you see 5 points down, 172 through 167. So earning miss caused AMD price to go down. Now let's take a look Q3, what happened there. In the Q3, you see they announced the earning on October 31st. Now let's take a look AMD stock price for November 1st. So November 1st, you see October 31st, AMD was 98.5. The November 1st, it went up 108.04. So 10 points jump. So based on the last 2 quarters historical data, we can expect AMD to go up if they're able to beat the earnings around 5%. But if they're able to beat earning like 3%, 2%, I do not see a big jump because we are in the bullish market. So everybody is expecting AMD to beat the earnings. So 2% or 3% surprise won't be a big deal. That's my opinion. But if they're able to beat the earnings more than 5%, that will be a big thing, and you'll see AMD stock price to go up significantly. Now let's talk about SMCI. So in this table, I'm showing you last 6 quarters earning history for SMCI, earning projection, and the earning actual, the next 4 quarters earning projection. So same data point, this quarter, the expectation is 5.84. In the last year, same quarter, it was 1.63, and they missed the earnings, see 4.68%. This means that they didn't have a very good quarter last year. Now another data point, the last quarter. The last quarter earning projection was 4.93 versus actual 5.59. That is 13.39% surprise. And if you take a look average for last 6 quarters, the earnings surprise or miss, you see the average is 13.66% positive. And also in last 6 quarters, there was only one quarter when SMCI missed the earnings. So we can hope that in this quarter, SMCI can also beat the earnings based on these three data points. And my understanding is in this quarter, they may not be able to beat the earnings just like they did last quarter, 13%. I'm guessing they may be able to beat the earnings maybe less than 10%. That's my understanding. Because last quarter projection was 4.93 and this quarter projection is 5.84. So that's probably 18% increase from the last quarter earning projection to this quarter earning projection. So that's too much. That's a big jump. But good thing is the earning actual was 5.59 versus projection this quarter 5.84. So not a big jump there. So that's why I'm thinking that they should be able to beat the earnings, but not more than 10%. Now let's take a look what happened last 2 quarters when they were able to beat the earnings. The last quarter they announced the earning on January 29th. So let's take a look SMCI price for January the 30th. Now you see the price history for SMCI. So on January 30th, it went up. So the closing price was 512 and the closing price on 29th was 495. So not a big jump there. That's probably about 3%. I did the calculation. Let's take a look this quarter, November the 1st, and take a look at the history for November the 2nd. So November 1st, they announced the earning. The closing price was 252. And the next day, the closing price is 245. Wow, it went down instead of going up. So this tells me that it's a mixed reaction from the market on the earnings surprise from SMCI. In this quarter, SMCI is already around 900 before the earnings. So after the earnings, if they're not able to beat more than 10%, probably it may not be a good news for SMCI. And we might not see a big jump after the earnings announcement. But in my opinion, if they're able to beat more than 10%, then probably the good news. Then I expect SMCI to go further up after earnings. That's all about AMD and SMCI earnings analysis before the actual earnings announcement. I hope you liked the video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.